Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. So, we are continuing with one more video on MakeToys Guardia, or actually one of its components. This is Axle. I said in the bot mode reviews I would go over Axle in particular because he had so many breakage points and just things you need to watch out for, take care of. And I've even got some replacement parts here from Echo Transformer on Shapeways. You can check them out on Facebook, TFW, wherever. But this is specifically for items that he has for sale on his Shapeways store. They are a replacement waist as well as a replacement kickstand. So, alright. Basically, with this figure, if you look around, this one's already fixed up and things like that. So there's some silver parts on them, like the torso, that's gunmetal. So the kickstand, torso. These pieces, the silver piece right here that connects the feet to the heel, call it that, as well as the exhaust pipe. I think I got them all right there. Those are all prone to breakage because of the die-cast material MakeToys decided to use. Unfortunately, it's one of those things to where there's no getting a good one. They're all constructed with the same material, and it's only a matter of time before it decides to crumble on its own. Don't feel like you're going to handle it wrong or anything like that. They're kind of a ticking time bomb, and that's why people are, talented people are reaching out and making these replacement parts and stuff like that available for us. We'll go ahead, and again, this one's already fixed up fine, but we want to get this one to that point too. It's functional. I've just had it in combined mode because I have two sets on display, one in robot, one in combined, but I want this one to be able to transform into all of its modes too. So we will start by, well, you know what we should do is actually start by showing you what the replacement parts look like. So I'm just taking them out of the bag for the first time now. We'll zoom in. And I got this printed in black, but it's hard to see the details of because it's black. But I'll try to do it as best I can. And it's pretty 1-1 with the original torso piece, the way that it looks. But it's black plastic instead of, the poor die-cast material that they used. Alright, so that's the torso piece. And then I ordered a set of kickstands. Each axle only uses one kickstand, of course, one motorcycle, one kickstand, but the way it's printed, it comes with two on a sprue, so just snap it off, and I'll use one for each of them. Why not? Okay. So first, we got to get this guy disassembled. And the torso, it's just a ball joint that it pops off of. You got to find the right angle. It's not like a hard pop. It doesn't go in super deep or anything like that. You see it came right out. And then to disconnect the legs, there are two screws here. But when I actually, because I had to kind of hodgepodge just the broken piece of the torso into the back shield piece. Thankfully, I have another shield here too. But yeah, this is like epoxied and stuff like that. Pretty ugly, but I mean, it manages. All right, so get those legs off. But I forgot to screw this back on. So yeah. But all right. So what we're going to do first is attach these leg pieces since it's already here. All right. Seems to go on okay. Cool. All right, and even though it doesn't seem breakable, there's a little bit of flex here, but just watch out because of the shape of it. You don't want to snap that piece. All right. And also with the baggies being pretty small, personally, I thought that I did not get my kickstands in there. I just happened to, when I pulled out the bubble wrap, the kickstands came out with it. So just look around if you don't see your stuff right away. Shapeways is pretty good about making sure that you get your stuff and get it correctly and stuff like that. I've been ordering through them for years. All right. One screw. And from the feedback that I've read on TFW, some people have had to start the screw hole with a drill bit to widen it out some. I'm going to give it a try because I've also read that if you screw it in hard enough, it'll kind of bury itself and catch. So we will see here. We'll do a little bit of fiddling. I don't want to take too long. I'll take it off camera, but yeah. So we're going to take it off camera, and I'll let you know what I had to do to get these screwed in. Okay, so what I did, I actually took the legs off, and I didn't have to Dremel or anything like that. I just held it down, held the screws in place. Since there was more room with the legs off, I went ahead and got these screws started. That's more than enough to cover the space from the legs going on and things like that. So I'm going to take these out. And then I'm going to put the legs back on. Make sure that I'm putting it on the right way. Yes, I am. One leg. Two leg. And this is a magnetized screw. It came with the Shadow Fisher MP10 kit. You could get it for either the Takara or American MP10 Masterpiece Optimus. Two different shades of red. So it's a bunch of different parts. I think they sold it in 3 separate sets, but since I got it for review, I got them all together. But it's like a head, different shoulders, I believe different arm pieces as well, the forearms. So it's pretty cool stuff. I like it quite a bit. As well as a new Matrix too, with light up gimmicks. Eyes light up too. I'm sure the review will be on this channel. Got to think MP10 2012. So this is not wanting to find its hole. Of course not. I'm on video. If I stopped the recording, I crap you not, it would find it right away. Just like the second I stopped recording, I was able to say, oh, okay, maybe I should take the legs off and start the screws. That's how it goes. Okay. And make sure you guys can see what's going on here. Okay. I want to make sure they're screwed in tight and proper, but not too tight at the same time. I also want to make sure that these are catching properly. Because the legs are meant to be able to swing up and down for transformation's sake. Okay. All right. Okay, and that part of the waist is attached. So the legs are screwed in. One thing I will encourage you to do, I just noticed the feet rock there. So I went ahead and put some of this shock oil in here. Link to that will be in the description. Link to all of this stuff will be in the description. Maybe even the hobby knife and stuff like that. But just a dab in each one and just work them around. Since those connector pieces are prone to breakage, you know, you want to keep them nice. Just so that they can you can have ankle rock freely. But one thing I also want to check was that for transformation's sake, because this has to be able to fold up and touch. I just remembered that off the top of my head, but yeah, perfect. All right, cool. So we will swing these pieces back down, and those are actually nice and tight, which is awesome. Okay, boom, boom. And then this should just peg in. All right. Well, you know what? Before that even, I want to check something real quick. Because a big part of this is this piece being able to connect into it for the sake of the... wow, and it's perfect too. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that went in okay, no problem. That actually sets the arms in place for the vehicle and combine mode. So that's pretty cool. So some people have said that they've had to shave parts of this, but let's see how well it goes in without that. And if not, I will do what I need to do and let you know what I did. So, yeah, that doesn't look like it wants to just plain go in. There are two little notches in there, just like the original piece. So I'm going to do some fiddling, some shaving off camera, and I'll let you know what I did to adjust it. I just told you guys about recording stuff and then taking it off camera. Within a second of me pressing stop on that, I brought it up to my face and it popped right in. So, okay, I did nothing. Don't feel like there was any magic to that or anything like that. Something about the angle or something. But, okay. Got that. Make sure everything's down. And this should, as long as it's able to do all the goofy stuff it needs to do. Alright, that part slides in, and boom. Alright, we are in there. Awesome. Alright, so as far as bot mode's concerned, we are flying. I should probably pop that wheel back in. Okay. Okay, cool. And I will say the black actually looks really good too. Probably should have kept that wheel off, but yeah. I mean, it's a great color fit. So I don't feel the need to paint it or anything like that. Of course, with the kickstands being white, I'm gonna end up painting these silver at very least. But, alright, so kickstands. What I'm gonna do first, because I don't have my sprue cutters right here, I'm just gonna take the hobby knife. It's pretty sharp. And cut each piece off of the sprue. It's a straight line. I don't feel too crazy about that. Oh, marking the camera everywhere. Okay, so there's that. What I am gonna do, first I'm gonna test fit it, all right, and just see how well it kind of pegs in. If I feel like I need to, okay, I don't feel like I need to shave it at all. The original piece, maybe after I paint it, I will, or I might just paint the kickstand part and leave the peg unpainted. But what I am going to do is just take the littlest bit of shock oil. All right, the key is not to overuse this, because what it does, it loosens friction. But if you do too much of it, it could turn something into overly tight to loosey-goosey. So I'm also spinning it around while I peg it in to work it in, okay? And make sure that it's all around the joint. So even right there, kind of popped out. Make sure it can peg in as far as it needs to. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Houston, we have kickstand. So, this is a maintenance video, and now we're going to go ahead and try the other modes to make sure that the kickstand works and things like that. The waist should be fine, looking at it. But we're just going to make sure everything lines up and this and that, and show you what we got and any adaptations we had to make. And okay, just inspecting these parts before I even transform it into bike mode. Alright, so I see some hairline kind of fractures in there and stuff like that. What I'm going to do, because it hasn't broken yet, so I don't need to re-glue it, epoxy it, anything like that. What I am going to do is attempt to, because one person took a portion of the inside of this off, so that it has free space, because the thing that breaks them is when you put it into motorcycle mode, it actually presses them inwards, and they're supposed to have some flex to them, but it being like that solid die cast, especially really crumbly die cast, it's really stiff and it just snaps and crumbles apart and stuff like that. So to give it movement in and out, what I'm gonna do, I think, is just take this piece on the inside and slice it so that it can move in and out with this. See how it goes. Alright, this part sucks because it's extremely hard to see, but what I did right here, God. Again, it sucks because it's really hard to see. I'm trying to brighten it up as much as I can. Let me see if I can change something. That's really bright, but let's see. So this gray piece right here on the inside, make sure we're focused there. There's actually a cut right above it. About right here. And it's an actual separate piece. So let me see if I can actually rotate this some. Yeah. See how it rotates out? Rotates back in. So I separated that piece on the inside. So when this piece is forced in, it just pushes the whole thing up instead of being locked in between the two pieces and making the strut slam. Okay, so I did go ahead and paint it. I don't know where I'm going to place this in the review. This is after everything's done and over with and stuff like that, and all went well. Closing will be after this section, I'm sure. But I used a testers. I don't remember if it was lacquer based or what, but I will link that in the description as well. I forgot to bring the little jar of paint with me. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like painted as well. Okay, give you a better angle there. And it's a straight silver. It does fit pretty well. With these, it's a little bit more of a strict silver. I think it matches the exhaust actually a lot better than some of the accent pieces. Those are a bit lighter. But yeah, there you go. Now, it doesn't show when it's unpainted, but once you do, it kind of brings out some of the, I wouldn't call them imperfections, but it's like porous, the plastic that the Shapeways part uses. So if you want to go ahead and sand before you paint, I'm sure that'll take care of a lot of that. I might try with my other kickstand, sanding it, see how that goes, if it looks any better first, but that's an option there too. And don't need to show off all of Guardy or anything like that, but just to show that it does transform into combined mode just fine with the new torso. Kickstand over there. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, and I know it's a bit hard to see, but the stand works absolutely fine. Got it into alt mode here, so yeah, I mean, A+ stuff, man. Again, Echo Transformer on Shapeways. He's got a number of cool things. He's been doing this stuff. I've known of him personally ever since he helped out DMY, which was an offshoot of X-Transbots, I believe. He helped design the DMY set for the Fans Project Intimidator set. So I started collecting like 2012. He's been around longer than me. This dude's a student of the game for sure, and just a really talented dude. Being able to, you know, echo these, one for one, and make them even more functional than the original pieces. I mean, goddamn. What more can you ask for? I would love to see him do those leg connector pieces as well as the exhaust pipe. But, you know, I don't know what his workload's like. I'm just going to be thankful for what I have. You guys should check these out too if you're an Axle owner or even planning on getting them, because they're nice to have in advance because, again, eventually these parts are going to break. It's an unfortunate part of the product. I'll go ahead and get his blaster pegged in there. But yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of comes with this piece, and it sucks. It sucks for sure. It's weird that that gun makes it so side heavy, but whatever. But yeah, this has been another Kumasawa review. Check out the links in my description for these pieces, as well as like the shock oil, stuff like that. Let me know what you think in the comments while I'm knocking stuff over. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Stay well, stay safe, and man, all right, I can actually end this on the thing standing straight up. All right, I'll see you next review.